Alright, it's time to get another tier list video on. I haven't made one of these in a while, but I do enjoy making them. So, we did a few tier lists before. We did the social media tier list, we did the Disney movie tier list. Let's do something that I know fairly well. Mario Brothers games. I can handle the Mario Brothers series pretty well. I've played a good amount of these games. There are a bunch that I haven't played, so if I haven't played it, I'm just gonna leave it blank. But if I've even played a little bit of it, we're putting it in. So, first off, here we go. Alright, so there's a bunch of different Mario games thrown in here. So, clearly I have not played all of these. There are so many of them, and it's not just like the regular Super Mario Brothers series or like Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario 3D World, but it's also got the Paper Mario series, it's got the Mario and Luigi series. So there's a lot to go around here. I'm even seeing Luigi's Mansion games in here. So what are we doing first? Well, let's start from the top. Let me tell you what my favorite Mario Brothers games are, and then we'll go from there. All right. Cool. So, just looking at these, I know that like Mario Sunshine's probably going to be A tier, Mario Galaxy is probably going to be S tier. Super Paper Mario was pretty solid as well. I'm just kind of like getting the ones out that I know they're going to be ranked high, and then I'll move them from there. I know Mario Odyssey was really good. I did play Mario 3D Land. You know what? Let me just get all the ones onto the screen. I'm gonna put them all on E tier. Let me pick out the ones that I've actually played, and then we can go from there. I feel like that'll be easier. I did play a little bit of Super Mario Brothers too. I played like the demo on like the Super Smash Brothers Brawl disc. Okay, we got Paper Mario, we got Mario 3, Mario 64. Why do they have All-Stars up there? Huh. Interesting. I did play a little bit of Mario World. Okay, so, like, not even half of what's on the list. But I get it. Like, I was never really that interested in the new Super Mario Brothers games. I haven't dipped into the Mario and Luigi games, but I do want to. I have played Super Mario Maker 2, and not the first one, but the second one isn't on this list. Yeah, the second one isn't on this list. So, I'm just going to pretend that Super Mario Maker 2 is up here, and that this is Super Mario Maker 2. So we're gonna go with that, and we'll see. Just double checking, making the original Luigi's Mansion, got that too. Okay, Super Mario Galaxy 2. I think I've got everything. Okay, I can work with this. So, what are my favorite Mario games? Super Mario 64 definitely is one of the nicest controlling games of all time. When it comes to the feel of controlling Mario, it gives you some of the most slick, smooth controls of all time. I really enjoyed the level design. I really enjoyed the mechanics of that game and how the Super Mario 64 changed gaming in general. It was the first really solid 3D game. I mean, there were other games that like dipped into 3D with the Super Nintendo, but Mario 64 really took off 3D gaming. It was fantastic. Mario Odyssey, an incredible game. So much fun. The controls on that are about as great as Mario 64's. I cannot tell you which one I like more, because while Odyssey did make everything like really smooth and updated, it's really hard to compete with the classic Super Mario 64, so I'm not really sure. But on top of that, I really do appreciate the organization of the moons. I really appreciate that Odyssey actually had an after-game, post-ending portion of the game that you could play instead of just giving you the roll credits with like fireworks or whatever. There was actually more that you could do. So I really admire that. Super Mario Galaxy 1 was huge for me as well. Had so many great memories with that game. Where's the original Paper Mario? Solid RPG. Had so much fun with it. Still haven't played Thousand Year Door, and I really want to. But this was like one of the first games that I got off the Virtual Console, and I had a blast with it. Great time. Absolutely adored the mechanics. The badge point system was great. The timed attacks felt good. Love the characters in particular. So that one's definitely up there. Are there any other games that I feel really strongly about? I mean, I really like Mario Sunshine. I think Mario Sunshine is fantastic when it comes to the setting. The beautiful Isle Delfino, getting to go around and you get to meet all these kooky new designed characters. I thought they were so much fun. The first Mario game to really experiment with voice acting. I think it's an underrated gem. I wish they kept it and used it in like Mario Galaxy and beyond, but I have to say, solid game overall around. There are a few quirks that don't work with it. There's a few levels that are really awkward, but I really appreciate the design and the pizzazz thrown into Mario Sunshine. It's a ton of fun. I do really like Super Paper Mario. Super Paper Mario is like Paper Mario where they actually started to try to change stuff, and the changes weren't all that bad. It became less like your typical RPG, and it became more of like a platformer, but still, it was a fun platformer. Transitioning between 2D and 3D the way they did, I thought was really creative. They had some of the coolest characters. Demento comes to mind. Captain Bleck, I think his name was. Mr. L. There were a lot of wonderful and well-designed characters in that game, and the writing in it is beautiful. Very hard to overlook. Super Paper Mario is a blast. Really enjoyed that. Super Mario Galaxy 2, I don't like it as much as the first one, but I still had a pretty fun time with it. Overall, I really like the level designs that they did. I like the mechanics that they had with Yoshi, but they didn't have that story element to it that really got me attached with the first game. It seemed like they just wanted to make more levels, and by all means, make more levels, add new power-ups and mechanics to the game, and make a new one. Some people say that Mario Galaxy 2 is better than the first, and I understand it. I just don't like it as much because I feel like at that point I was kind of just galaxied out. It took me forever just to beat the game. But I did. And yeah, I was overall happy with it. It's a solid game in the franchise, and I'm happy that they decided to actually make a sequel to Super Mario Galaxy. Even though I don't appreciate it as much as I appreciate the first one, it's still really good. Great game. Now is where things get a little bit tricky, because I'm not particularly fond of any of these games in particular. I do have a lot of respect for Mario RPG. I think Mario RPG is quite fun, but I've actually never beaten the game. Maybe that's something that I need to go back to revisit. I just never had the patience to get all the way through. But I did get through a decent portion of the game. So I think I just need to actually like be a little bit more disciplined with it. But with some of these other games, I didn't feel like I had to be disciplined with it. Like I was just addicted, like going through it. It was insane. And I didn't feel that kind of energy when it came to Super Mario RPG. That said, I definitely respect the game, and I respect where it came from and how it essentially helped the Paper Mario series flourish. So, load of respect to Mario RPG. What do I want to put on next? I think Mario 3 in particular is a very fun game. I'm just not as into the 2D platformers. They've never really been my style. I've enjoyed them. They're fun, but I don't know. Maybe it's the difficulty. Maybe it's just the difficulty of the old platforming NES format of a game where if you get a game over, you have to start over from the beginning. And I think that might be the point that just kind of locks me out of really ever being able to truly enjoy a classic NES 2D platformer. And I think Super Mario Brothers kind of has the same issue with me. I think, in particular, Super Mario Brothers is a really difficult game when you get towards the later levels. And I haven't actually beaten it, but it's definitely a joy to play. It feels good. I absolutely respect the game for where they started, and it's been a joy to play through. But a joy to beat, not so much. I think I can throw Mario World on there as well, at the C tier. Now Mario World was actually the first video game that I ever played. I was like 2 years old, and I was at I don't know. I think my dad took me over to like one of his friends' houses, and his kids were playing Mario World. And I was like a wee baby, so I didn't know how video games worked. But it was the first time I ever held that game in my a controller in my hand, and I just like started playing, even though it was a little bit, and I was awful. I mean, you put a video game controller in a 2-year-old's hand, they're gonna be awful at the game, no question about it. But that's still like one of my earliest memories, and I'm really like fond of it. So I really do want to go back and like revisit and eventually beat Super Mario World. But with my limited exposure, that's all I can really say about it. I think that's, other than like playing the demos, which I have played the demos. I think they had a demo on the Super Smash Bros. Brawl disc, so that was fun. But that's pretty much all I remember. Super Mario 3D Land is a fun, enjoyable game. I really do like it. The mechanics are pretty fun. They're the different power-ups that they had was a joy to play with. And it was my initial first reason to get a 3DS. Without Super Mario 3D Land, I'm not sure if the 3DS would have sold as well. So, big ups to Mario 3D Land for that. I think they've got a bit of a clunky name going on. Don't necessarily like their system or where they're going through. But I did beat that game, so I did enjoy it more than like the typical 2D platformers. So I think I'll throw it. Yeah, I'll put it like the front to C tier. I think Mario 3D Land is a really cool experience. I still haven't played Mario 3D World, and I'd like to, but just never got around to it. All right. I think next I'll put up Super Mario Maker 2. Mario Maker 2 is really fun in bursts. I think I was like really excited to actually play Mario Maker 2. I never played the original Mario Maker, but it seemed like fun. I think I get more enjoyment out of watching other people play than I do actually playing it, though, because some of the levels are just so difficult and long and strenuous, and I don't know, I just don't carry that energy with me when it comes to 2D platformers, so maybe that's why. And I've tried designing a couple levels, but just never really got into it. But it's cool. It's a cool game, and I definitely respect it. Then I think I'll throw up the original Luigi's Mansion. I really like what they did in the game. They tried to make like a brand new game starring Luigi and everything, and it was a blast. It was, well, I shouldn't quite say it was a blast because I'm putting it in D tier, but it was very enjoyable. Had a lot of fun with it, and I don't know if I necessarily have a drive to play it again. I think that's mostly why I'm putting it in D tier. Whereas with like the C tier games, I could easily see myself playing them again. Except for maybe Mario 3D Land, because I've already beaten it. But at least like playing it through to completion. And I can say the same about Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. I've played it a little bit. Not all that interested, but could I come back to it sometime? Sure. But it's kind of low on the priority compared to like all the other great games. And Super Mario Brothers 2, I've played around with it a little bit, and I think in the demo for Smash Bros. Brawl, and it's just not doing it for me. I don't know what else to say. Mario 2 has very different mechanics. I think the music from the game is really good, and I think what they did with the character selection is fun. But out of all these games, I think it's the one that I'm the least interested in trying again. Maybe if I decide to like marathon a bunch of Mario games, I'd play Mario 2, but that's pretty much it. Like, that's the only reason that I see myself playing it, is because of all the other games surrounding it and just kind of wanting to feel complete. That's pretty much it. This is my Super Mario tier list. I have 0 of the games in the E ranking for a reason, whereas the other games I think are really solid, especially S through B. So if you disagree with my rankings, or if there's any games down here in particular, I really want to play the 1,000-Year Door, I want to play the Mario and Luigi series, they seem like a lot of fun. Those are the ones I'm most interested in. But if there's others that you recommend, like, oh, Yoshi's Island is a really good game, then let me know. I'm totally interested in hearing what you have to say. Alright, take care. Peace out. I hope to see you guys next time. Bye-bye.